Thanks to Jersey Sports Zone, and Volpe makes almost the identical play.
At home, they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Remember that young man, Big Al?
The Minnesota Lynx select Diamond Miller.
Video courtesy of Jersey Sports Zone.
It's an incredible goal, so that's nice. It's deserved the number one.
You got my food.
Number 2, New Jersey high school football.
Here on Jersey Sports Zone.
This is episode 20 of JSZ's Beyond the Score podcast, where we talk everything New Jersey high school sports. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks for spending some time with us. This week's Beyond the Score podcast, as always, brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Coming up a little bit later in the show, our principal owner, Dale Florio, takes some time to talk New Jersey high school sports with us. Let's see if I can stay out of the doghouse. I'm just kidding. I'm so lucky to work with the ownership team at Jersey Sports Zone. And Dale, a former high school basketball coach, has such great passion for the athletes in this state and is the catalyst for us growing our platform the way we do and getting our special moments and highlights to your living room, phone, or favorite way to consume content each and every day. So Dale will break things down with us, but when we come back, we've got the number one high school football recruit in America. You know him, Luke Wafle from the Hun School, but he's not at the Hun School anymore. We're going to go on campus to Southern Cal and find out what life is like in that quick transition from high school to college football. Luke Wafle is living it. We'll talk to the MVP of the Navy All-American game when we come back.
On the ice, you train to avoid getting checked. But in life, getting checked is the smart thing to do. By scheduling regular doctor visits and screenings, don't let joint pain, heart disease, or cancer go unchecked.
Get checked.
Where are you at right now?
I'm just in the facility right now.
You got to give us a little tour of the facility.
Well, we got a couple banners going on. We got a couple of statistics. 14 Hall of Famers, 530 NFL draft picks, 11 national champions, 8 Heismans. So, we're doing pretty good as a program. T-shirt weather over here. But, yeah, I should sit out here. But, yeah, I'm living life out here. Life's not too bad. That's going to be the new facility over there, too. You can see they're investing a lot of money in that, so that'll be nice. Have that by spring.
Unbelievable. Well, we got Luke Wafle here. Thanks so much for taking the time. I wanted to call you a Hun defensive end, but I can't anymore because you're officially a USC Trojan. How quickly was that transition for you?
Yeah, I got out 3 weeks ago. And yeah, it was a smooth transition. Hun prepared me as a school and in a football program, so I was ready. And we hit the ground running over here in LA.
What's the first thing you kind of jump into? Is it strength and conditioning? Is it playbook? Is it academics? What are you able to do here by getting there early? You're getting a jump in on everything, aren't you?
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Getting academics, lifting, film, playbook. So we're doing it all. And yeah, we got a nice busy schedule, but we wanna have it any other way.
You got named the number one player in the country by Rivals, but considering the fact that you're in college mode, I'm sure you enjoyed that for a few moments, but now it's time for you to take that next step. I mean, what was your reaction when you found out you were number one on the board?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm in college now, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. They're a little late to the party, but nah, it's definitely cool. It's a cool benchmark my career. Just kind of looking back at high school. Definitely grateful, but now it kind of painted a little target on my back in college, so now I gotta earn some respect up here.
What did you get out of your experience at Hun that is going to get you ready for this huge jump to major college football?
The best thing I always say is just the competitive atmosphere of just everybody having the same goal of going to college to play ball and then eventually making it to the NFL. So when you surround yourself with people with the same ambition, you get great results. Yeah, I mean, we played a national schedule. We hung in there for a couple of games. We actually ended up on top a couple of the national games. So having that competition, being surrounded by like-minded individuals, it just had me prepared from the moment I got here. So yeah, I'm grateful for him for that.
When you kind of jump into this next phase of your career, what are you personally trying to work on to get yourself? I guess the goal is to, and it's a tall order considering the program you're at, to get on the field as a true freshman, but is that a goal that's on the table for you?
That's the plan. That's the plan as of right now.
Who are you looking at to model your game after? Who do you look up to as an elite edge rusher?
Just the vets. I mean, in the whole D line room across the board, everybody's great. Cameron Crawford, Braylon Shelby. And then you kind of move inside, you still get great admiration for guys like Jade, Floyd. The list goes on. Big Ja. So and then we have a great class coming up too. With my classmates, we got Jamion Winfield, who's at the Navy All-American game with me. We got Tom Samote. So it's just across the board. You got guys that you can just pick their brains. You got guys that set great examples you can look up to. So yeah, I'm in a good situation.
I mean, life comes at you pretty fast. I'm sitting here freezing in Jersey, and you're soaking in some rays in Cali.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you had a chance to reflect?
Yeah, I've noticed the snowstorm around the nation. So yeah, it's definitely been. I don't know. A teacher told me to write down the date yesterday, and I got stuck on the month for a while because it's just like my mind can't like comprehend that this is February. 75 and sunny. So I haven't checked the weather app once since I got here.
I could just kind of tell by your body language too that you're happy with your choice, right? You made this gigantic decision, and here you are, right out of Hun, January transfer to Southern Cal, and you look like you're really comfortable. And how important is that, knowing that you made the right choice to go to USC?
It's so important, and it's a scary decision. There's a bunch of programs that I could have saw myself at that pitched great offers, and just coming here, landing here, having a great experience so far, and just excited for the future. Is just I'm very grateful that I think I landed at the right spot. So yeah.
Even though the season kind of just ended for you, at the same time you must be anxious to get on the field and show out and put on that helmet for the first time.
Oh, 1,000%. I got away from football a little bit after the Hun season. And then put on the pads just reminds you of how much you love the sport. Gets in the All-American game, but in the off season it gets a little grindy. You wonder what you're putting all this work in for, but once you throw on the pads, you really realize. But I'm counting down the days for spring ball for sure.
The All-American game MVP, I don't think you were lacking confidence before you headed out there, but I'm sure your confidence only grew that, here you are, the MVP, playing with the very best in the country. What did that do for you? What was that experience? And it's just got to make you feel even better going to college right away.
I remember they said in a meeting, like right when we got there, it said there's never a point in time where you're going to be with this many 4 and 5 stars on the same field. And it said if you could play here, you could definitely play in college. So I kind of took that as a challenge and went with it. So yeah, ended up doing pretty all right.
I would say so. A little better than all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, I'm so proud of you, man. And I always tell the guys that I get to talk to, the best part of my job is, I get to root for you now that you're in college. I can't root for you when you're playing high school ball. I got to stay down the middle. But I'm so excited to see you show up. You're going to do us proud. You're going to do Middletown proud. I got to shout out Middletown.
Yes, sir.
That's our backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't wait to see you. Just stay focused, man. And I know you're going to do great things. And I just became a big USC Trojans fan because of you.
I appreciate you.
If you have chronic joint or back pain, this is probably where you spend your time. Might we suggest a better destination that's close to home? RWJ Barnabas Health, where orthopedic surgeons designed the surgical implants that are now used around the world, and where you'll be cared for by the same doctors that treat professional athletes and rising stars. Get back to what you've been missing. Orthopedic care. Do it right. Here. RWJ Barnabas Health.
For over 2 decades, ACI Medical and Dental School in Eatontown has been helping students succeed. Their short-term programs can jumpstart a long-term career in less than 5 months with a 90% employment rate. Best of all, your future job is AI-proof. A career in the medical field is safe from AI and provides long-term job security. They're affiliated with top employers like Eastern Dental, RWJ Barnabas Health, Centra State, VNA, and hundreds more. What a great pathway to nursing and dental hygiene. Call 732-440-4110 and learn how medical assistants can earn up to 4 national credits and 10 college credits. ACI Medical and Dental School, a new beginning on Broad Street in Eatontown. We want to thank Frank Preston and ACI for sponsoring our Shore Conference Boys and Girls Games of the Week. Very important that ACI Medical and Dental wanted us to shine the spotlight on female athletes, and we've been able to do that. Last Saturday, you could check out the highlights on jerseysportszone.com. Kylie Beam from Howell scored her 1,000th career point. The Rebels have had a great program. They've gone deep in the state playoffs here in the last few years, and they're going to be a factor when the Shore Conference tournament gets started up next week. So we were at that game because of ACI Medical and Dental School. So a big thanks for our good friends at ACI Medical and Dental for shining the spotlight on these great athletes, both male and female. We're going to have the Shore Conference Hockey coming up, the Hanston Cup. All of these things get to move to the top of the priority list because of our sponsorship with ACI Medical and Dental School. So thanks again to Frank Preston. And remember, if you want to make a change in your life, second career, you're a high school student that might not want to do the 4-year college route, this is an opportunity for you to have a game-changing moment by checking out ACI Medical and Dental School. We'll be right back. Princeton Orthopedic Associates serves Central Jersey with world-class, world-recognized orthopedic care. A special thanks to Bill Heinsick and Princeton Orthopedic Associates for supporting New Jersey athletes and Jersey Sports Zone for the last 9 years.
It's really nice to be in a situation, in a place where there are very good people who take good care of people.
Orthopedics is it's not about saving lives, it's about saving quality of life.
A lot of people, we live high-stress lives, so if you tell someone they can't do something for whatever reason, that's pretty traumatic.
I really take pride in trying to be empathetic and trying to put myself in every patient's shoes.
I want to take care of people like I'd want to take care of my family, and I think that when you do that and give somebody that family feeling and give them your honest opinion for what you would do, they value that.
Welcome back to the Beyond the Score podcast presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. It's an exciting day for us here at Jersey Sports Zone. We talk about a lot about on this podcast about pulling behind the curtain of what we do every day at Jersey Sports Zone. Well, we're going to go really behind the curtain because we're bringing in the principal owner of Jersey Sports Zone, Dale Florio, who has a great passion for high school sports and has allowed us to build Jersey Sports Zone into what it is today. We've been trying to get Dale involved, and we finally have found a window here. So, Dale, I like to call you Coach Florio because that's your background. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you got into the passion for high school sports and how we arrived at today.
Well, Rich, it's great to be on. We can't let you continue to have all the fun, right?
That's right.
I mean, you'd be shocked the number of times that I go, if I'm in a gym or I just talk to what I know to be varsity athletes and I say, hey, do you know Jersey Sports Zone? And their eyes light up like manna had come down from heaven. And when I tell them my association with Jersey Sports Zone and why we created it, I can do no wrong. I mean, it's just, it has that kind of effect. And even when I talk to parents, so I know we're doing the right thing, and it's been a lot of fun. But you know, I coached high school boys basketball, varsity basketball for 18 years, and you know, we all saw the kind of the closing down of the weekly newspaper and the daily newspapers that covered high school sports. I mean, you couldn't wait for that Sunday section, right, to come out and the pages of high school sports. And when I saw that going away, you know, I just said there had to be something different, right? So, you know, we looked at the digital platform, we connected with you, and the rest is history. And we have 8 or 9 years in the books, and the brand continues to grow. And it's because of all the people that are actually going to watch this podcast, and just the people who love high school sports. And I do believe, right, as the NIL program has grown in college, and I think more and more people just see that high school sports really is the last true amateur level of sports where people can really get connected to it. And I'm just happy that we can partner and be together and make this happen for people who really care about what their young men and women are doing at the varsity level.
Well, you and I speak often, and it's very business and everything we need to do to keep everything going at Jersey Sports Zone. So this is exciting because we've booked enough time for you and I to actually talk some high school sports. We get little pockets of it here and there, but we try to make the most of our time. So I guess my question for you is, are you ready to take the reins of this week's rundown?
I'm ready to jump in. Like I said before, we can't let you have all the fun here. So to me, this is just pure joy.
All right, so I'm turning it over to you. We spanned the week that was, some great topics to talk about. We got them up on the big board here, so get us started, Dale.
Sounds good. I mean, listen, we're in the thick of a number of seasons here, right? I mean, this is peak time. So I mean, I can't imagine the excitement level at the Blair Academy Delbarton wrestling match, right? 2 top teams, top 5 in the country. It was revenge time for Blair. I mean, it had to be a tremendous atmosphere.
Well, first of all, it was a stressful ride up there because I ran into a car fire on the parkway. So it took me 3 hours to get to Blair Academy. It was a 3-hour commute. And as soon as I got there, I missed only the first 2 matches. And I instantly, all the stress just melted away because I was in a special atmosphere. And Dale, you know that you're at a hardcore wrestling match when the kids in the students section are dressed in singlets. That's the indicator to me, like, okay, we're not fooling around here. The Blair Academy kids, I'm not talking like 1 or 2, like 20 kids in singlets as fans to watch this incredible match. And the storyline has been, for the last few years, this match has gone down to the very last match. And for the first time ever last year, Delbarton beat Blair Academy. Blair Academy is accustomed to being a top 2, top 3 team in the country, while Delbarton is getting to that level. So Blair Academy came out certainly with a mindset of, hey, let's remind everyone we're still Blair Academy and we're among the very best in the country. And this was just a wonderful back and forth match that came down to the end. One of the things that happened that was very interesting, where we posted, was a match at 157 with Trevor Jones from Delbarton. A lot of folks thought that he might have gotten a defensive pin, and a lot of wrestling experts who know far more than I did weighed in with a debate. Was it a pin? Was it not a pin? That was a fun aspect of this, and in the end, Blair Academy, they got to the end. They got within striking distance. They won a couple of big toss-up matches. The match at 144 goes 12-10 in favor of Blair. The 157 was 4-1. And then at the end, Blair's 215 and heavyweight get pins to leave no doubt. 37-22 win. And again, it was electric. And you step back and go, hey, is New Jersey really one of the best wrestling states in the country? If you were at that and the eyeballs that we have beyond New Jersey watching our highlights says, yeah, this is the real deal. So it was awesome.
I mean, we talk about it all the time, right? When we review our weekly stats, wrestling just kills it. I mean, people love wrestling, not only in New Jersey, but across the country, and they know where to go to look for great talent, and it's in New Jersey. I've been to Blair many times. It's a beautiful campus. It's a beautiful setting. A great place to watch a wrestling match.
Yeah, they do a great job up there, and we appreciate them being, there was not a lot of real estate when I got there, and they made sure to give me a good spot, and they gave me a great spot. So I can't thank Blair Academy enough for that, and them being so welcoming to us when we do come up there for both boys basketball as well as wrestling. So you're right, it is a beautiful campus, and you've got a lot of familiarity with the Maple, and the prep league is a little bit different than the NJSIAA. I guess the only thing that makes me sad is this is really the last time we see Blair. We'll get to see Delbarton go for a team title in New Jersey, and we'll get to see them all wrestle individually in Atlantic City. But the Maple, which you have a lot of familiarity with Hun, what a great job of what they're doing in a different setting to develop student athletes.
For sure. Great place. Well, let's talk about girls basketball, right? I mean, you talk about a state that produces top talent, right? Girls basketball in New Jersey is on the scene. It's arrived nationally. And here, you had a chance to look at number 2 and number 3 in the state, RBC versus Paul VI. And, I know it was a tough game. I guess the KC's opened up a 20-point lead. And but they had to hang on, right? It wasn't they couldn't just walk out the gym. They had to finish the job. And you had Sophie Smith, who's going to Harvard, had a career high 17 points.
Yeah, you know what I loved about this game, Dale? Sunday night at Homedale High School, and this event, it's the Coach's Choice Short Challenge. I believe that was the 6th game. And what was wonderful about that is they set up 6 tremendous matchups, and it allowed college coaches to come and do a little bit of recruiting in season. Sunday's not a lot of teams, college Division I teams, don't have that Sunday game, so they were able to come and get a look at 12 outstanding teams, great talent. So you walk in to Homedale, you see who's been there: Wake Forest, Bucknell. Great list of schools, even some D2 and D3 schools. A chance to get evaluated in-game setting in a great showcase. And the headliner was 2 against 3 in the state. Paul VI, undefeated, going up against a nationally ranked Bergen Catholic team. And early on, Paul VI goes up 5, 21-16 at the end of one. You're like, hey, is something going on here? We're going to have an upset. Those girls at RBC, they're so well coached. And you can appreciate this. They're so committed to defense. Defense first, and then they're not worried about who's getting their points and who's getting their looks. Addie Nimchek is one of the best players in the country, no question. She scored 10 points that game, but she did so many other things: steals, defense, hustling after loose balls. And she's not pouting that she only scored 10 points. She could care less. All she cares about is the win. And one thing that we talk a lot about during the owner meetings when we have our weekly call is how much we enjoy the post-game interviews, and that the female athletes really bring their A game. So talking to Sophie Smith, who's going to Harvard, I think I was like, okay, kind of like me with Dr. Roll last week. there's a matchup problem. When the person's smarter than me, I gotta be careful. The first thing she says, she averages about 5 points a game, Dale. She had 17 points, best scoring game of her entire high school career. The first thing she says is, could not have done it without my teammates. They're the reason why I was able to get the open looks. They're the reason. And when you hear that, Dale, that's so refreshing because you're like, forget about what she's going to do in basketball. She's going to be successful in life because she takes that mentality. And that's a credit to Joe Montano and that program and what she's doing. But I know that we really enjoy the post-game interviews. But Sophie Smith, her interview was as impressive as the 17 points.
Well, you're giving away a little bit of our inside-the-room conversation on a weekly basis. We do talk, and for all the young men are out there listening to this podcast today, we do talk about you guys and the girls, and I have to tell you that most of the women interviews, the young ladies interviews, there's just a certain emphasis on team. There's a certain level of maturity. It's always very impressive. So, guys, step up your game. All right, you can be there too. But watch this interview of Sophie Smith, and I think you'll understand what we're talking about.
Great family. Her older brothers, both Division I offensive linemen. One was at Duke. Another one played D1 as well. So it's a great family there, the Smith family. And again, it was fun because you look at the box score. She made 3 3-pointers, Dale. And I'm looking up the stats on a timeout. I was like, what's the most 3-pointers she's made in a game? It's 1. And against the number 3 team in the state, the scouting report was like, hey, let's probably leave her open. And she was just knocking down 3. So really cool to see. And look, Paul VI is a great team coached by Orlando Hidalgo, whose daughter Hannah is one of the best players in the country at Notre Dame. So look, I think they're going to be just fine. As you said, New Jersey girls basketball is in good hands, and we're getting ready for conference time and then the state playoffs. So it's really going to turn up a notch here.
Let's move over to something that happened this past week. St. Benedict's was banned from the boys postseason basketball tournament, and for some players leaving the bench, always a very difficult situation. I just remember as a coach, one of the biggest things you had to manage was just the emotions of your players, right? I mean, they're so invested in winning. They're on the bench, they're watching the game closely. Something happens. And something just goes off, but it's all competitive, right? But you got to be able to control that. And unfortunately, St. Benedict's had a few players leave the bench, and the NJSIAA, is not compromising on that. The rule is pretty clear. When I was helping coaching at the Hunt School, Danny Hurley was the coach there at St. Benedict's, and and some people might criticize the coach for that. But again, these are young men that are just, they want to win so badly. Sometimes those emotions overtake what they should be thinking, and that's staying on the bench, let the referees take care of whatever's happening on the court. But it's an unfortunate situation because St. Benedict's is obviously a quality school, quality team, and we hate to see that they won't be in the postseason.
They do get to play in the Essex County tournament. So, for them, they need to treat that like that's their state championship, and that's a great tournament. And we could see them and Seton Hall Prep tangle at the end of the road. They're the top 2 seeds in the Essex. And I do say, Dale, that I think the NJSIAA has been extremely consistent. The messaging has not changed in the 9 years that we've done Jersey Sports Zone, is that when things like this happen on the court, you cannot leave the bench area. And unfortunately, emotions continue to boil over, and it happened in hockey. Paul VI and Red Bank Catholic are 2 teams that are ineligible for the postseason because it's the same exact rule. Over 3 disqualifications, and you're out. So I think it's a learning tool. I would imagine that every single varsity coach in the state saw that story and would probably go to their team and just send that reminder of, hey, don't leave the bench area. So I think there's some consistency there. It is unfortunate, but this is the way things go. We can't have post game or in game brawls be the storyline of what we're trying to do here. It's bigger than that.
It's the right rule. It's the right decision, and it should be a learning experience for everybody. So I agree with you, Rich. Let's move on to baseball, right? I mean, it's minus 5 degrees out, and we're going to talk about baseball here.
I'm excited about that.
But I see the state baseball tournament is going to be moving to Rutgers from Hamilton's Veterans Park, which, beautiful place, Veterans Park. But I think being able to go up to Rutgers puts a little bit more pizzazz into the tournament. What do you think?
Well, I think the thing that pushed this ultimately over the top was a very unfortunate incident last summer where CBA and Don Bosco were playing this incredible, epic, extra innings state final game, and the realization came that there is a curfew at Hamilton Veterans Park of 11 p.m. This game was in the 10th or 11th inning, and it's getting to be 10:40, 10:45, and we had to stop this extremely dramatic state championship game and reboot it the next day. That, I think, was the thing that sent it over the top. But beyond that, I think for kids, we all know that we put a lot of spotlight on the kids who go to big-time college and big-time pros. But the lion's share of high school athletes, their journey ends in high school. And for them to have an opportunity to play in a setting like a Rutgers or some of the great minor league ballparks we have here in this state is truly special. And for them to be able to make it to a state final and play at a Big Ten facility like Rutgers is phenomenal. The fact that they have a turf facility, if there is some inclement weather, scheduling is going to be a lot more convenient, and you can get back up and running a whole lot quicker than on a grass field. For me, I would have been fine if they played at the Trenton Thunder. I think that's an underused facility and is a fantastic minor league ballpark, but I think Rutgers is great just as well. They're hosting the wrestling team finals. They host the basketball finals. I think it's great for the state, and I just think it's beyond the logistics. I think it's special for the kids. I think every state championship should have a special venue. The football kids get to play either at Rutgers or MetLife, and that's awesome. And I think it's the same thing here with baseball. Getting an opportunity to play at Rutgers is going to be great, and I think it's going to avoid any potential pitfalls that we've experieed here in recent years.
And it's good for our state university, right? I mean, it's a great branding opportunity for them. So I just wanted to emphasize that. I think that it's at the center of the state, so and the lights won't go out, so that's a good thing too. So let me move on.
We'll make sure that won't happen.
It's one thing to win one award, but it's another 46 things to win 46 awards. New Jersey's most comprehensive academic healthcare system. Learn more at rwjbh.org/US News.
It's time for another Blast from the Past, brought to you by the Heldridge, New Brunswick's only 4-star hotel.
Welcome to Blast from the Past, sponsored by the Heldridge. I'm Tyler Mraz. Marina Mabry put on a show at Rivals this past weekend, scoring a league-shattering record 47 points, with 27 of those coming within 5 minutes. Back in 2015, Rich Krampanis saw the Manasquan alum lead the Warriors to the Group 2 state title.
It all gets started with the All-American Marina Mabry playing great defense here. Not only the steal, she takes it all the way for the first 2 points of the game. And then Marina Mabry down low. She had 28 points. It was 52-35 at the end of 3 quarters.
I told my team, we're going to get back there, and we're not going to let anything happen to it. That's our trophy. We're going to get it again. I want to win this TOC this year. I'm really not too happy that we lost last year, and it's still lingering on from last March. So I think that's really what I'm worried about. We're going after it, and I'm not really trying to lose.
Blast from the Past is brought to you by the Heldridge, New Brunswick's only 4-star hotel and a preferred hotel of Rutgers football fans since 2005. The Heldridge helps you make the most of your game day weekend, providing premium accommodations in the cultural heart of downtown New Brunswick. Restaurants, bars, theaters, parks, museums, and more are only steps away. Whether you're traveling alone or with a large group, book your stay at the Heldridge and make the most of your game day weekend.
Dream big, they say. We say dream bigger. Over 3 million square feet of bigger, so you can plunge deeper. Play in the snow longer. Wonder greater. Pose with your friends sillier. shop with your family happier, make every meal tastier, and float higher than ever. Whatever your dream is, come live it big time at American Dream.
Let's move on to something a little bit more somber. We wanted to pay our respects to former Mater Dei football coach Shannon Hoadley, who passed away at 54. God bless, right? 54 years old. That's just not fair. But we mentioned him not only for what he accomplished in Mater Dei, but he's been a longtime supporter of ours, Rich, at Jersey Sports Zone.
Yeah, this one hit hard for me, Dale. Just getting a chance to know Coach Hoadley, who was so dedicated to Mater Dei prep that unfortunately met its demise. But he was there as an assistant, was a head coach for a year, and then was an assistant once again. And I feel my best way to honor a guy who I considered a friend is to talk about one of the greatest pieces of video we ever shot. Was in 2016, the year before Jersey Sports Zone went statewide. Mater Dei played Holy Spirit, and Holy Spirit in the state championship, non-public, Holy Spirit ties the game with 20 seconds left, and everyone's like, okay, it's time for overtime. Mater Dei runs a hook and ladder with Eddie Lewis. Eddie Lewis, a receiver, went on to play wide receiver at Rutgers. With 10 seconds left, wins the state championship. And I'm putting this video up now, Dale. If you look in the back, you can see Coach Hoadley running down the sideline as that is. And we interviewed him after the game just because he was such a part of Mater Dei, even though he was an assistant coach. And he just said he was so happy for the kids and that the kids stuck through. At that time, the school was going to close, it didn't close. There was going a lot of that back and forth, and here they are, and they're a state champion. And he's a reminder of I think he embodies what every coach in this state, and even you, Dale, when you were a coach, it's about the kids. They're putting in so much time, and it's about developing the kids. We all get worked up about the wins and losses. We all do. But it's about giving a positive experience for the kids. And we put a little video together, and you see the amount of outpouring on Facebook and Instagram. And I looked, and a lot of those kids that left a note were one of his former players. So for him to have that kind of impact, and it reminds me of every coach. Just like when you were coaching, the impact that you had on those kids on a personal level. So I was able to see him in the summer. He was an assistant at Raritan for Coach Petruzzi. So one of our fun things to do is in the summer, because there's not games going on, we can go to football training camps. So I spent a Saturday morning in Hazlitt. Coach Petruzzi, Coach Rainis, Coach Paps, and Coach Hoadley. Those guys were all former head coaches at some point. We were able to laugh and have a good time and talk football. That's the last time I interacted with Coach Hoadley. He's going to be missed. And that's what I love about the Shore. The Shore community is so tight-knit. So many coaches speak up for him. So, and he was a big Jersey Sports Zone fan. And if you look on Facebook, Dale, you probably haven't had a chance to look. The Hoadley family left us a message and mentioned that. So I'll make sure to share that with you and the rest of the group, because it really touched me. Because I hate doing those videos because I'm like, but I realize now that if it brings a smile to somebody's face in that family, or a memory, I think it's a great way to honor. So, I put together a quick little video of Coach Hoadley and put it on there. And I'm glad we did that, just because I think it did bring if it brought a little smile to his face. He's got two beautiful daughters that he is, as passionate as he was about coaching his kids, his daughter's a sophomore at St. John Vianney. I'm thinking about her. Older sister played softball. Thinking about the family there, but Coach Hoadley's going to be dearly, dearly missed.
Coaches have such a tremendous impact, as we all know. Sometimes they don't get the proper recognition, but you talk to anybody that coached, whether they sat on the bench or they were first team all county. I mean, your coach had a lot to say about who you are, and I think recognizing somebody like Coach Hoadley is totally appropriate. So I appreciate us spending a few minutes here talking about him. Let's end the roundup here with top plays. I mean, I watch ESPN's top plays every weekend, and they just don't compare with what you and the guys find out there. It's unbelievable. These kids, some of the things that they turn up. I mean, Livingston, Bergen Catholic. I mean, incredible stuff.
So, the only time you really kind of bust my chops,
when you didn't pick the right top play.
When I didn't pick the right top play. And Dale's an extremely busy man, so I said my goal one day is for Dale to just be the keeper of the top 10. Like, I just want to send him the 10 plays on Sunday and just be like, you order them. And then if anybody comes out and say, hey, it was Dale's pick. So that's why I wanted to put this on here, because this is a great debate. The top play, if you have a chance, it's posted now on Jersey Sports Zone. We posted it the early part of the week. So we have this incredible goal from Livingston, shot by our new guy, Ryan Sudal, where he weaves around everyone and makes a sick move around a defenseman, scores on a goal. And then in the opening round of the Bergen tournament, we had Jaleel Owusu, 3/4 from his own free throw line, makes a 3/4 shot. So the question I would turn to you, Coach Florio, is what was your vote for number one on those two?
Well, I'm a little biased here. So my 18
years
of basketball would say that 3/4 court make, and I actually saw that one. That's a hard thing not to. Now, if I got on skates, I'd fall down. So I can't appreciate all the moves that the Livingston player made. But tossing something in from 3/4 court to me is not. You don't see that every day.
And that's why I'm in the doghouse, because I picked the Livingston number one, and this is something we've talked about, Dale, where I say the context. I'll put the context. Like, that was a 3/4 court shot to put Bergen Catholic up by 35 at the half. The Livingston was scoreless game against a defending state champion. Incredible moves. That goal is going to be coming up this week at our Devils top 5 goals. It was a late entry, so we have that set for Thursday. We're going to be at the Devils Islanders game. The Livingston Matt Sox is going to be there, so we're excited about that. But there you go. At some point here, I'm just going to turn it over to you, but I got it wrong again.
Let's just make sure that our viewers know that you and the multimedia journalists make those final decisions. I may have a comment after the fact, but you guys make those final decisions.
But someday we're going to have you be the keeper of the top 10, because you do bring a great perspective to it. And, as we wrap things up here, Dale, I want to make sure I was thinking about this driving into the studio today we get an opportunity publicly to thank our partners that are the reason that we can do what we do every single day. I always talk about RWJ Barnabas Health. They're the title sponsor of everything we do at Jersey Sports Zone. They've been a great champion of this podcast. But the one guy I want to talk about is a guy that I've gotten to get friendly with thanks to your friendship is Bill Heinsick at Princeton Orthopedic Associates. I really just want to – he's so awesome because he – just says, we talk to him and he's just like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. There's not very many sponsor notes. So he's the greatest sponsor in the world. But he's the reason we're, the footprint that he allows us to get to so many of those great schools in Mercer, but also in Somerset County and around. Boy, what a great guy. So I honestly, I want to clip this for him and send it to him just so we could say, thanks for everything you're doing, and give an extra shout out to Princeton Orthopedics. I mean, we think about them every day as much as we can, but I want to give him an extra shout out because unbelievable.
Bill appreciate that. He was one of our founding advertisers. He loves when he goes to meetings, and not too long ago, somebody at an Elks Club meeting said, "Hey, thanks for sponsoring, my son's basketball game," because I guess his son showed up in one of our clips. And, that's just the reinforcement that an advertiser wants to hear. So other than being a good friend, he's a good businessman, and hopefully we're spreading the word that Princeton Orthopedics is a good place to go.
Absolutely. Dale, this has been a lot of fun. I will continue to try and get you on the schedule as much as you can. Like you said, you just want to be a bench player. You want to just step in every once in a while. If it's up to me, we'll get you on as much as we can here because this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I don't want to be the employee kissing up to the boss, but thanks for everything that you're doing and behind the scenes to just make sure that we continue to give these special moments for these kids in these communities every single day.
That's what it's all about, Rich. We talk about it all the time, and that's why, we were thinking about how we wanted to brand Jersey Sports Zone, right? We wanted to go beyond the score, right? If you look at our branding, and you and the team have done a great job of getting us there. So,
Dale Florio, the principal owner of Jersey Sports Zone. When we come back, I will spin the wheel and find out the next school we're going to, and I'll make Dale watch it on social media. We'll be right back.
No one plans on heart disease, but everyone should have a plan for it. We help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. We offer convenient screenings without judgment, hundreds of preventive programs, and women's heart specialists. And we're the largest cardiac surgery program in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
JAG Physical Therapy is a trusted name in quality treatment. Get back the life you love. Thanks to JAG Physical Therapy for supporting New Jersey athletes and Jersey Sports Zone for the last 5 years.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
As we head for home in this week's JSE Beyond the Score podcast, it's time to spin the wheel once again. Getting towards the end of the regular season, so I think we're going to do one more wheel next week and then shut it down for the winter, get into postseason mode, and then we'll be back in the spring where we'll offer a wide variety of sports the opportunity, a guaranteed promise of game highlights from Jersey Sports Zone. We had the Willingboro boys. We are on our way to the Red Bank Regional boys, just waiting for the right home date to get there. Ryan Sudol just got the Rahway boys. So we've had 3 spins, 3 boys teams. Is this the week we might be able to get a girls basketball program on here? We've got a bunch of names, over 40 entries on the wheel. And so the time has come now for us to spin it and find out where we're going. And here we go. The wheel is spinning. Is it going to be a girls' game? Maybe. No. Once again, we were close to getting a girls' game, but this time it is the Paramus boys basketball team. Paramus boys basketball, we will be seeing you soon. Thanks again to everyone who shouted us out and got on the wheel. We got one more chance now. So if you want your team's game covered over the next couple of weeks, just send us a DM, reply to the social media posts, and we'll get you on the wheel. We'll spin it one more time. And we want to thank each and every athlete and coach and athletic director out there for supporting Jersey Sports Zone each and every week. We sure do enjoy coming out and covering games, telling the stories that matter. Continue to try and get to as many things as we can. It's getting to be that time of year where we're going to just have to work really smart and try and pick our spots and get to everything we possibly can. So thanks again for all the support. Big thanks to RWJ Barnabas Health for their constant, unwavering support of New Jersey high school sports via Jersey Sports Zone. A reminder, you can consume this podcast in so many different ways. It's on our YouTube channel. That's got all the video. When Dale and I are talking about baseball, we're talking about Sophie Smith, we're talking about all those things. You can see the things that we're actually talking about. You can listen in your car. I kind of like to do that on a long road trip just to make sure everything's sounding good, looking good. Just Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just type in Jersey Sports Zone. Podcast will pop right up. Boom, download it. It's as simple as that. So thanks again to everyone for spending some time with us each and every week. I'm Rich Krampanis. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Beyond the Score podcast. For now, episode 20 is in the books.
It's official. Jack Hughes has signed on the dotted line.
Jack Hughes has just inked a new deal.
He's on our team now, baby. He's locked in.
Jack Hughes has signed with a new team. Because Jack knows if he wants to go unchecked on the ice, he needs to get checked by the pros off the ice.
Get checked.